wonder why Haitian marriages last a very long time? Well, today I'm gonna show you the dish that keeps a marriage together, okay? And if you're not married, I'll show you how to get married. I know I'm not married. I know, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. So, let me show you how. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to get this delicious coconut Mayi Moulin poulet à pois with red snapper stew. This dish, I don't know how, some people don't like it, and those people don't like it, it's because they're dumb. Because how can you not like Mayi Moulin? It's so good. But anyways, we're going to start by preparing the fish. I'm using red snapper. So make sure you ask them to scale the fish for you at the market. I did ask them and they don't do it perfectly. So when you get home, you're still going to have to clean it up a little bit to remove the remaining of the scale. As you can see, I'm doing that. And to clean my fish, I use white distilled vinegar, lime juice. And if you have bitter orange juice, you can also use that. But the lime juice and the vinegar is sufficient. So make sure you remove all the things from the inside of the fish. They remove most of it at the fish market, but there's still a little bit of remaining of junk in there that you're gonna remove because you know it looks gross. So remove that, and I also remove some of the fins and cut it up a little bit, get it shortened a little bit. And I wasn't using a really good knife, so I kind of stripped a little bit and score it on each side. You can do one score or two, depending how big your fish is. Mine were like medium size. They weren't super large, so I only did one score on it. Well, I did two score on that one. So yeah, and then I'm using the distilled vinegar. Use a bowl to be stay clean because I didn't have my stuff. I just moved to Dallas. I didn't have my stuff at the time, so I was making things work. Okay, so that's what I did because I came here for a reason. So I'm using the fish, and make sure you use the fish to rub it. Get that stink out because we don't want stinky fish, right? And then after this, you do all that. Go ahead and rinse it. And then we're gonna go ahead and season it. I removed some of the fin because it was just too much. Too much. You want the fish to look cute and nice. But most importantly, you don't want it to smell. So get the vinegar, get the lime juice, lemon juice. If you're gonna use all three, that's fine as well. Oh, my stomach. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have not eaten. I'm a little hungry. So pardon my stomach. I want to say as well, you don't have to use red snapper. You can use salmon if you want. That's easy. I use salmon, but it's just because I'm making like a Haitian dish. It's just tradition to use red snapper with your Mayi Moulin. But salmon does the job. Codfish does the job. Any fish you like, honestly, will do just fine. It's just Mayi Moulin is usually eaten with fish. I don't know. I don't know. It's not in the constitution, but it feels like it is. So follow the rule, okay? Eat Mayi Moulin with fish only, seafood only. So for this marinade, I use for the seasoning, I use chicken bouillon, salt, Old Bay, and épices. Like I said, if you don't know how to make épices, I will link it, and you can go ahead and make your own. It is so easy to make, you guys. Super easy. And of course, some black pepper, freshly cracked, because I don't like the old stuff. Like it doesn't do this. It doesn't do the same job. It doesn't taste good. It just like I don't know. I feel like it should only be used as you know, just to plate your food, to decorate your plate, because they really don't make it taste any better. But Old Bay is really good. If you don't have Old Bay, you have the Badia all-purpose seasoning. You could use that as well, but I just wanted to use Old Bay since I'm making fish, and épices, and that's enough seasoning. We don't need to do a lot. And as I'm learning, I'm getting older. I'm learning. I'm like, the less you do with your food, the better it tastes. To be honest, I'm still gonna do my seasoning, but sometimes I think too many powders, too many this, too many that is not really good. To be honest with you, it ruins the taste of the food, and also it's not good on the stomach. And I want to live a long, healthy life. I'm still gonna eat chicken bouillon because I never heard of anybody dying from that. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna keep using plastic because nobody ever died from that. So yeah, but you can do you though. So yes, and then use lime juice again for the marinade. And I marinate my fish overnight because when I'm making my videos, you guys, I have to do things step by step and take time. So I prepare the fish the night before because you really can't do everything in one day. Like when you're filming, it's a lot. So yeah, so I did marinate my fish overnight. Hi guys, so today I'm making Mayi Moulin right here. So I'm going to the gym right now. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. So before I go, what I'm gonna do is cook my beans while I'm working out. I'm using red kidney beans. I need water to cook it. garlic and scallion, and a little bit of vegetable oil because I don't have olive oil, so I have to go to the store before I come back here to make the food. This is why I love pressure cooker. So I'm gonna pressure cook this bean for like 20 minutes because I'm making Mayi Moulin, and the beans gonna cook. You know, Mayi Moulin take a very long time to cook, so the beans are gonna continuously cooking with the Mayi Moulin, so that way it won't be too mushy. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna pressure cook it for 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes actually. Yeah. So let me show you what I'm gonna be doing. If you don't have a pressure cooker, this is your sign to get one. It saves you so much time. So for the beans, I used a cup and a half of beans, and for water, I used 4 cups of water. And you need cloves, green onion to cook the beans, and some oil. I used vegetable oil because I didn't have olive oil. Yeah. So go ahead and pressure cook the beans for like 25 minutes or 20 minutes, and then yeah, that's it. Get a pressure cooker. It will be the best thing ever. My pressure cooker is from our place. It's amazing. I've been using it a lot, especially when I'm making any type of beans. When I'm making chata, this comes so handy. Get one. I will link it in my description box if you want to check it out. It's also on my Amazon storefront. I know you had like 2 different faces, but let's pretend I didn't have 2 different looks. So, for this dish, this is the dish that really keeps people married for a very long time, you know. Um, this is the other thing that I'm using. Very simple dish. You need coconut milk because you have to put coconut milk in. If you're making Mayi with beans, it's gotta have coconut milk, coconut cream. I like to add these two together because that's when you get a really good intense coconut flavor. And for this Mayi, I wanted to keep it old school and traditional. So I'm making my épices like we used to do it at home, back home. This is how we do it, okay? Without all the other stuff. So you'll just need the very few ingredients. You don't need extra things. And honestly, this was the best Mayi Moulin. I shared it with my friend, and she took a bite and she goes, "Oh my God, this is so good. Oh, I wish you guys could have seen it. It's you guys. It was such a delicious Mayi Moulin." For the épices, I am using green onion, garlic, fresh thyme, fresh parsley, cloves, um, peppercorn, little salt, period. That's it. That's épices for you. And that's the traditional épices, right? Traditional. You can't get any more traditional than this. And then I'm pounding it in a pilon. So if you don't have a motorized pestle, I'll link one in my description box and use it. But you don't have to do all that. You can just use your blender. But if you know you wanna be a little bit, you wanna go home without actually going home, this is the way to do it. If you want to take a trip to Haiti, if you've never been to Haiti, you want to take a trip to Haiti, this is the way to do it, okay? So add all these things to the mortar and then go ahead and pound it until it forms a paste. And then bring your hot chaudrière to the stove. When it's hot, add oil. I'm using olive oil because I just love olive oil. And then you're gonna fry the épices, toast the épices for like 3 minutes. Make sure your heat is high, medium high heat, because you want this épice to be brown and toasty. You want that flavor. Let it get toasty, let it get brown. You know, let it cook in there for a little bit. This is like, see how good it looks. This is Haiti right there. This is Haiti. This brings me so much memories, and I just love making food like this. I really do. I enjoy it so much. So let that épice get a little toasty. Make sure your heat is on high, not this low, but like really bring it high. Crank it up a notch. You know, like get it toasty. You want those deep flavors. You know, you see like this. You want a deep flavor. And then we're gonna add the beans, and then we're gonna let the beans cook in the épice for a few minutes, about 5 minutes, because we want all this flavor to get into the beans. This is how I grew up. This is how I grew up learning how to cook, you guys. So I'm teaching you what my mom used to do, what I watched my grandmother do. So I'm really teaching y'all things from like I've learned from the best. So after I give it a quick stir, cover it and let it cook for a little bit for about 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the water and stuff. Mayi Moulin is easy to make. Haitian food is easy to make, to be honest. It just takes a very long time. Like Mayi Moulin takes a long time to cook. Really, it takes a very long time. It's not something you can just be like, let me make this in like an hour. Because the bean itself takes a very long time, and then you have the mayi that takes another long time. So after this, the beans had steamed for a little bit of time. I went ahead and added the beans water. The water I cooked the beans with from earlier, I didn't throw it away. The water from the pressure cooker that I cooked the beans with, I used it again. And then I added about 8 more cups of water. Mayi Moulin takes a lot of water to cook. 8 cups of water on top of the beans, the water beans, which was about 2 cups. So that's a lot of water. So that gives you like 10 cups of liquid altogether, plus the coconut oil, which was about 2 cups of coconut oil. Yeah, so that's a lot of water in there because Mayi takes a lot of water to cook. And then I added my creamed coconut. And for the Mayi, I only use 2 cups of Mayi. So to 2 cups of Mayi, you need about 8 to 10 cups of liquid. Okay, my friend? So I hope this helps you because Mayi does take a long time and it does need a lot of liquid. So after you add this, make sure you add your salt and taste. And I'm also using a little bit of dried shrimp in mine because I love that. You know, you have the coconut, you have the. Oh, when I tell this Mayi was good, you guys, if you could find dried shrimp, it's called, what is it called again? I forgot what it is. Tritri. Tritri is the dried shrimp. So it's like skin. Some places call it skin shrimp, dried skin shrimp, or dried shrimp. So you'll find that in the African market or the Asian market. Go ahead and get you some. This is it right there. The dried shrimp. It's called tritri. So it's so good. I love this stuff so much. I kept it very simple. As you can see, for seasoning, I only added nor, chicken bouillon, and then salt. Cover it, let the water come to a boil. When the water comes to a boil, you're going to rinse the corn grits, the Mayi grits. You're gonna rinse it a couple of times at least to get rid of the starch and the dirt, clean it up a little bit. When you rinse it, you find some type of like the white top. I don't even know how to. I should have showed you guys, but anyways, rinse it a couple times and get rid of everything, and then put it in the water. Make sure the water boils. And you guys, look at this. When I tell this was the best, like I'm thinking about this right now, like I'm having flashbacks as I am doing this voiceover. Go ahead and stir. Be careful with Mayi Moulin because you will get burned. Because when this thing is cooking, it's popping everywhere. You'll get burned. So stay a little bit far. Don't get too close when you're stirring it. So go ahead and give it a stir. Make sure you stir occasionally because you don't want it to get clumpy, and it does tend to get very clumpy. So make sure you keep stirring it. So I did cover mine and let it cook. And check on occasion. You're gonna see what I mean about being clumpy. It sticks to the bottom. So you don't want that. So this is why you want to stir it occasionally to prevent it from clumping. But I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't mind clumpy food. I actually like that. I don't know. It's weird, but I love labouille with clumps. I like it. So make sure you keep stirring. And like I said, stay far from it because you will get burned and it's not fun. And this is Mayi Moulin. Like I said, it's very easy to make. All you need to do now, keep it. It will take about 45 minutes to really fully cook. So it's gonna take a minute. So make sure you do the occasionally stir it and taste. Make sure that it's to your liking. If you need to add more salt or more spices, and do so. And this is it after the water starts to dry up. It becomes this very thick kind of pasty thing. You see what it looks like? What does it look like? It's thicker than grits, but you know, you got if you're not Haitian, this is what it looks like. But if you're Haitian, you get what I mean. So it's not hard. It's pretty soft. It's like perfect consistency. I make perfect food. I really do. I like sometimes like oh my gosh, like I'm so God really blessed me. God blessed my hands. But this is it. You see the way I'm stirring it? Like you see that? Like that. You need a wooden spoon. If you're making Mayi Moulin, honey, you need a wooden spoon. If you don't have a wooden spoon, you're not making Mayi Moulin, my friend, because you need that to stir it. Okay? So this is it right now. So when it gets to that point, after that whole 30 minutes, and I will highly suggest you make the mayi first before you make anything else, before you mix your fish. So this is how we cook it, because mayi takes a long time. So while that mayi is cooking, when you get to that consistency, go ahead and lower the heat and let it finish cooking on low heat. But that's after like the whole 30 minutes of it cooking with the water all reduced and stuff, right? So we're gonna prepare for the fish. The fish is very easy to make, very easy. It's simple, to be honest with you. I'm gonna show you. So these are the I'm using onion, yellow onion. I think this is yellow onion. It looks white, but it's supposed to be yellow onion. And yellow bell pepper, but you can use whatever bell pepper you want. So in my skillet, I'm adding olive oil, and we're gonna add some tomato paste to give it color. So I did use quite a bit of tomato paste because I wanted it to have a nice deep red color. The sauce. So in hot oil, though, but not not cold oil. Not cold oil. I swear, I thought it was hot, and I'm like, wait, this wasn't hot. But make sure it's hot, please, because we're gonna go and dissolve the tomato paste. So make sure you add the tomato in hot oil, and then you go ahead and keep stirring it, and we're gonna add water little by little until the whole tomato paste is fully dissolved. I like to add my cloves in there when I'm making food like fish or spaghetti, because you know these things cook very quickly, and I really want the taste, the flavors of the cloves. So I like to add it early, like in my oil, to get it fried up a little bit to get the flavor out easily, quickly. So this is what I do there. Like I add water little by little until all the tomato paste is dissolved. And then after that, I'm gonna follow by adding the remaining of the water for the sauce. And then you add the fish, and then that's it. Fish sauce is like the easiest thing to make, to be honest. You don't have to do too much to it, because all that matters, the thing that matters the most, is make sure that the fish is well seasoned. Because you can't do too much to it, you know what I mean? Because it takes such a little time to cook, to finish. So there's not a lot of time to be doing all this extra seasoning and marinade stuff. So make sure your fish is marinated well, seasoned perfectly. So once you add the water, because this is gonna be the sauce, because you can't add cold water to the fish after you know you want to put the fish in there. So I'm adding fresh thyme and fresh parsley, and of course some butter, because butter makes everything better. So yeah, and salt to taste, because you have to add salt. You know, salt is important in your food. So depending on how you marinate your food, you may need to add a little bit more seasoning. I am only adding a couple two extra teaspoon of chicken bouillon, because I didn't add a lot when I was marinating it. That's the way I like to control my spices, my flavors. And then go ahead and add the fish in there. You can wait for this water to boil first, or you can go ahead and add the fish because it's still very hot. It was like simmering, bubbling slowly. You see that, right? So it wasn't cold water that I added the fish in, right? So follow my steps and I make good food. So go ahead and add your fish. So I cut the fish, and I cut one in half, because you know, for plating purposes. And this is it. So after you do that, you add the remaining of the marinade in there. Don't throw it away, because you need all of the flavors in the fish. And then go ahead, try to cover some of the fish with the sauce, the tomato sauce, because you don't want the a piece to stay on one top and making it look crazy. You want it to look really nice. And then we're gonna cover and let it come to a boil. The fish takes about 10 minutes to cook. So this is all you need. Like I said, it's the easiest thing, and it cooks so fast. So let it come to a boil. This is what it looks like. Ooh. So when the fish is boiled, what we're gonna do is go ahead and baste it a little bit, and then you know, try to shake the pan so the fish doesn't stick on the bottom. This is a non-stick pan, so it's not too bad. So also that way you get the fish to move around, because you can't really be flipping the fish. I mean, you can try, but it's most likely going to fall apart. So I highly suggest you not doing that. So go ahead and baste it. Make sure everything is covered with the water, the sauce, and you want it to taste really good. And you should also taste it to make sure that, to see if you need to add more lime or lemon juice, whatever you like. But I added enough when I marinated. I had enough lime juice to mine, so I don't need to add any more to the sauce. Like I said, make sure you taste it to make sure that it's good. And of course, I'm adding some pepper, because fish, it just gotta have that little heat for me. You don't have to, it's totally optional, but for me, fish needs to have that little heat. And it has to be scotch bonnet pepper, not habanero, because habanero is just hot, it's just spicy, it has no flavor. I don't like it. I love scotch bonnet pepper. And after this, you cover it up and let it simmer for a little bit more, about 5 minutes. Like I said, fish takes about 10 minutes to cook or less. And these are fishes are big. And then go ahead and add your onion and bell pepper. Once you add the onion and bell pepper, turn off the heat and let the hot temperature from the fish finish the cooking. To cook the onion. I'm sorry. To cook the onion and peppers. And this is it. It's an easy dish. And if you're eating Mayi Moulin, you need avocados. If you don't have avocados, I'm gonna look at you sideways. You have to eat Mayi Moulin with avocados, okay? Like it's just a rule. It's just a unwritten rule. You have to. And you can't eat Mayi Moulin with, I don't know, chicken. No, it's gotta be seafood, it's gotta be fish. It's just a rule that everybody follows. And avocado, yes. You have to have avocado. If not, I'm just gonna look at you sideways. And there you have it, a dish that's gonna keep your marriage strong and last forever. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. This, I promise you, is going to be the best Mayi Moulin you ever made. It's so delicious. I do hope you guys give it a try. If you like this recipe, leave a comment down in the description box below. Tell me what to mix next. And if you're enjoying my content, turn on your post notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new recipe. Whenever I upload. This is so good, but be careful with the bones from the fish, because we don't want that. This is something you eat in the winter time because it's hot, but it's so good. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching.